Hi there, welcome back. This is Teacher Anika and I am ready for us to have fun today whilst learning. Today we're going to be continuing with fractions, but just before we get ahead of the topic, let me remind you of what I like. I want you to get the book, the pencil, and an eraser. Write your two names, not just one, two names, the name of the day and the name of the month. So you do that and then we're going to get started. Welcome back. Let me refresh your memory. The last time we spoke about fractions, I told you that a fraction is a small or tiny part, amount, or proportion of something. And then we looked at a whole circle. You also drew your circle and you wrote the word whole, W-H-O-L-E. Do you remember? Excellent. Today, we are going to be looking at half of a circle. A circle is divided into two equal parts. We are only going to be looking at one part. So on the screen there, you can see that I shaded just one part of that circle, meaning 1/2. And that half is spelled H-A-L-F. H-A-L-F. 1/2 of the circle is shaded. Let's pretend that I invited you to lunch and I decided that I want to have pizza. I ordered a pizza and when it gets here, I decided that I will share my pizza with you. But instead of just giving you a slice, I decided I'm going to give you half of my pizza. So I grabbed my knife and I cut that pizza into half. Now I have to ensure that I'm cutting it equally or else it's not going to be half. So I cut it straight down the middle and now you're having half of my pizza. Look on the screen. You should be seeing an apple. I like apples. Do you? All right. This apple is a whole apple. Now, let's pretend that Timothy wants this apple for breakfast. His mom is going to cut it in half so he can eat 1/2 of the apple. So she has to cut it down in the middle equally in order to divide it. When she does that, then he would have 1/2 and maybe she can have the other half or put it up for him at a later time. Remember, it must be cut directly in the middle so it can be divided into two equal parts. Let's look at the next example. I have a bar of chocolate. I want to eat half now and I want to leave half for tomorrow. I can take the chocolate out of the wrapper, put it on the table, get a knife, and I can cut it straight down the middle. Now I can break it as well, but if I break it, it might not come out as I wish it would, so that it can be divided equally. So I will cut it down, I will eat 1/2 of the chocolate and put up the other half for a later time. Let's look at a group of children. Now can I divide this group in half? Let's count how many children we have on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 children on the screen. Now, how do I divide this in half? Now, if you know your 2 times table, this can be easy, or you can simply divide a group by 2. If we have the group with 6 children and we divide 6 by 2, we're going to get 3. That will be half of the group. 3 children would be equal to half of the group. Remember, half is spelled H-A-L-F, half. I would like you to look at the shapes on the screen, and we are going to identify the shapes that have half colored. So pay attention, look at them carefully. Remember, half means equally divided into 2 parts. So look at them, see which shape is divided into half, and then I'm going to reveal the answer. So take some time, pay attention, look at them one by one, and you decide which of those are divided in half. Were you able to identify the shapes that are divided in halves? All right, so let's look. If you look on the screen, you're going to see the shapes that are divided in halves. We have the rectangle, the hexagon, the square, and the circle. The star is not divided in half because I colored the entire star, so that's a whole star. The heart was not divided into two equal parts, so that's not showing half. Then when you look at the triangle, just the end is not shaded, so that was not shaded equally. I hope you had this correct because that was pretty easy. Let's do another one. I want you to look on the screen and we are going to identify the shapes that are not divided in halves. Remember, half means two equal parts of a whole. So you're looking for the shapes that are not divided in halves. Remember, you have to listen to the instructions carefully in order to get this correct. I know sometimes we get excited and we jump to do our work, but we have to listen carefully, look, and then we can identify. So look for all the shapes that are not divided in halves. Take your time, do that, and then I'll reveal the answer. Let's check to see if you had them correct. On the screen, you'll see all the shapes that were not divided in half. Do you have those? Check them one at a time, the circle, the square, the triangle, and go down and see if you have those shapes. If you do, congratulations, you did an awesome job. If you didn't get it correct, that's no problem. We'll continue to practice so that you can get better at it. Remember, we don't always have to get things right. It's okay to make mistakes. However, we do need to learn from those mistakes. All right, now that we would have completed 2 exercises, which we had to identify those shapes that were divided in halves and those that were not, I hope you have a better understanding of what half is. We can divide almost anything into halves, but they must be divided equally. If it's not divided equally, then we cannot say it's half. Maybe it's another fraction. like quarter. The next time we meet, we're going to look at quarter. But for now, don't forget what's a whole and what's a half. Until we meet again, boys and girls, I want you to take care and continue to practice your fractions. Learn how to spell half and whole and even the word fractions. When you're finished with your work, you can either show it to mom, dad, or your sibling, and who knows, maybe they'll give you a sticker. So stay safe until we meet next time.